It all started back in 1987, and now we've come all the way to 2010, at least as of the year this game was developed. I'm home! There you are, Roll. Are you okay? I don't know. I think I have a fever. Oh no, Roll! I think Roll has come down with roboenza. Plot device! Look at Otto's face in the background. He has the spirals in his eyes. From what I can tell, the virus only affects robots. You all need to be careful. (2000XX). A new robot illness, roboenza, has begun to spread rapidly around the world, causing robots to malfunction. Many humans find it impossible to complete even simple tasks. Without their robot helpers, and without robot assistance, no one can develop a proper cure. Well, that could be a problem. A month following the outbreak, the situation worsens. The infected robots turn violent and attempt to take over the world. This seems oddly familiar. Ah, right on cue. Help! Shouts a mystery voice. That escape pod looks familiar. Oh hey, Dr. Wily, how's it going? One of those infected robots went crazy and attacked me. I've spent the last few days studying this roboenza. But even my genius was unable to find a cure. Good to know he's as modest as ever. So I built a machine that would help me discover the key to developing a cure. But it was stolen by one of those demented robots. If anyone knows anything about being demented, it's you. I beg you. You have to help me get my medicine-making machine back. I suppose if we want to stop those robots, we'll have to help you. Begrudgingly, I might add. Leave it to me, says Mega Man. I'll stop those robots. I'll find Dr. Wily's medicine-making machine, and then we can cure Roll and all the other robots. How I've missed that melodious whistle of yours, Proto-Man. Proto-Man! I don't think you'll be able to do this alone. I'd appreciate any help, Proto-Man. Let's do this! Yes! Let's do this indeed! Hello everybody, Speedy Spectrum here, and welcome to my new Let's Play of Mega Man 10. For a lot of folks, Mega Man 10 was simply not as memorable as Mega Man 9, whether it be because of the levels, the robot masters, the music. It just didn't have that nostalgia factor as its predecessor did. But that doesn't make Mega Man 10, a bad game. Far from it, in fact. I think it's on the upper echelon of classic Mega Man games. Now, just like Mega Man 9, we can also play as Proto-Man, but as you saw, we have a new character. Yes! You can actually play as Bass, aka Mega Man's rival. And I gotta say, it's really cool seeing Bass rendered 8-bit style. However, I'm still going to play as Mega Man because, well, I'm boring like that. Okay, now we need to choose our difficulty setting. We can choose difficulty ranging from easy to normal to hard. And no, I am not going to play on hard mode. I'm gonna stick with normal mode because, well, I'm not that great of a Mega Man player. But I'm not incompetent. At least, I'd like to think not. Alright, this looks familiar. Which Robot Master are we going to go after first? Well, you've probably figured it out by now based on the screen. But before we go after him, I have something to say. And this is a tip for any of you who are playing the game for the first time. Most players tend to go after Blade Man or Sheep Man because their stages are rather simple. However, they do have mini-bosses which can prove to be a bit of a handful. Pump Man is also a good choice to start out with, mainly because his stage has no mini-boss and is fairly straightforward. However, I'm gonna go after Blade Man simply because of his weapon. And also, he's my favorite Robot Master in the game, because Blade Man is made of swords, and swords are cool. We're teleported in the middle of an old castle, and we get greeted by a familiar face. I just gotta get my note cards in the right order. Okay, here we go. This is New Classical Cannon. Functions exactly the same as the regular Classical Cannon from Mega Man 9, except it's new. And these flying axe enemies can be a little annoying. They're called Merserkers. They'll float up and then they'll come slamming down. Thankfully, they don't take many hits to destroy. Okay, right there is Dar Spider. Dar Spider crawls across the ceiling and then falls down to attack you. Ow! Okay, that thing right there is known as a Sprinklin. It is invincible, and when you shoot it, it shoots back. Blade Man's stage overall is not very difficult, but it does have a lot of death spikes, so you'll need to be careful of that. Oh, one more thing about the Sprinklin, much like Gabioles from the previous game, is that they will try and run into you if you are on their level. And just like other Mega Man games, you start out with the Rush Coil. I gotta say, I do like Blade Man's theme. It is one of my favorite themes in the game. But as for my favorite, that probably goes to Nitro Man. Okay, right here we see the main gimmick of Blade Man's stage. These lever platforms. You need to hop back and forth between them in order to move forward. Unfortunately, you'll usually have to do this over death spikes. If you ask me, the death spikes are the most difficult aspect of Blade Man's stage, but even then they're not too bad. Along the way, you'll also have to deal with those Shotoms. And those Shotoms can be annoying because they float and they shoot at you. And let me tell you, in hard mode, they're really annoying. Speaking of which, head through the gate to meet the mini-boss. This is Tri-Castle. It fires platforms and it shoots at you. Because what medieval stage isn't complete without a castle that has eyeballs? It goes without saying, but you need to shoot the eyeballs in order to destroy Tri-Castle, and you need to use the platforms to your advantage, provided you don't have any Robot Master weapons. It's not a difficult battle, there's just a lot you need to pay attention to, and I just love the fact that the white flag appears when you defeat it. That's a nice touch. Just those little touches make the game complete. Anywho, we've reached the halfway point, and we got a couple more spiders here. And while I'm trekking through the stage, I want to share my opinions on Mega Man 10. I like it quite a bit. Is it good as Mega Man 9? Not really. But it does have things that help it stand out. For example, it's got a ton of added features, and the fact that you get to play as Bass is pretty cool. As far as Bass's gameplay is concerned, I think I'm gonna do what I did for Mega Man 9 and save it for a bonus video. Oh! That is just what I needed. Okay, let's grab that bolt and proceed with caution. You want to be careful here because there are a lot more Shotoms, and man, these Dar Spiders are just annoying. Uh-oh. Oh dear. That's not good. Can I make it? Yes, I can! Oh, wow, I didn't expect to make it right there. If you remain idle for too long, the platforms will return to their original position, and unfortunately that means all enemies will respawn. The bad news is, if they drop items onto the death spikes, you can't really get to them. And that is unfortunate, but we'll just have to cope. Oh, that was close. I almost dropped into the death spikes. And yeah, we can make that easily. Well, so far I've been wrong. The Dar spiders are the ones that are really annoying. Okay, we'll grab that, and then we'll use the rush coil once more to grab some health. I haven't been feeling well as of late, and let's just say this is serving as a nice break to forget everything. Okay, we've got one more platforming section here, and you need to be careful because you don't want to accidentally jump into the death spikes and this lag. Oh my god, this lag is just destroying me right now. And I have to look very carefully and plan my jumps accordingly. We'll jump up, and we'll jump up again, and we made it! Awesome! And how about that? The Merserker was kind enough to give us some health before we head into the boss fight. Thankfully, Blade Man himself is really easy if you know his pattern. Oh, he looks so cool. All Blade Man does is stick to the wall and toss swords at you. It's best if you hug the wall. That way you'll be able to avoid the swords he throws. Sometimes he'll jump down and try to land on top of you. But you can definitely see this coming from a mile away. He'll jump from one wall to another tossing swords, and he will never break this pattern. So as long as you can keep up the rhythm, you should be able to take him down easily. This is kind of a long fight because the only time you can hit him with the pea shooter of doom is when he's on the two side walls. Oh, I lost concentration there for a second. Oh, there's the dive attack. The good news is when he dives, you'll have an opportunity to hit him some more. All right, we just got to keep this going a little longer. He's almost out of HP. But once we beat him, we will be handsomely rewarded, and I do mean handsomely. Okay, one more hit should do it. Oh, wow, I lost concentration, but it matters not. Blade Man is defeated. And now, we are presented with our very first Robot Master weapon. You got a new weapon, the Triple Blade, easily the most useful weapon in the game. It fires 3 swords, and it changes direction depending on whether you are in the air or not. If you're on the ground, it'll fire upwards. If you're on the if you're in the air, it'll fire downwards. Okay, so that's gonna be it. I'm gonna see you guys in just a moment because I am gonna demonstrate what the bosses are like on easy and hard mode. So until then. Okay, I'm here on the challenge list. In order to access this list, you'll need to go to the challenge menu on the title screen. And the boss rematches are here under Challenge 1. So this is how you get to the boss fights as well as the mini-boss fights. Okay, here we are. Blade Man Easy Mode. It's hard for me to believe, but yes, he in fact does get easier on easy mode, and he was plenty easy in normal mode. This time he only tosses 2 swords at you, making him easier to dodge. And I'm going to take this opportunity to demonstrate his weakness, the Commando Bomb, which is Commando Man's weapon. Using the Commando Bomb, he goes down even faster, and the swords he throws travel much more slowly. There are challenges associated with each of the rematches, but I'm not going to go out of my way to clear them. Okay, see you when we get to hard mode. Now in hard mode, your objectives are to defeat the Robot Master, avoid taking damage, and only use the Mega Buster. Row a Mithril, anybody? Obviously I'm not going to do that because, well, I'm not that good. And would you believe Blade Man doesn't change all that much from normal mode, but he is slightly tougher. He fires 5 blades at you this time, but he's still weak to the Commando Bomb. He also has a new attack where he dashes in front of you. But even with all that said, he's still pretty easy if you can identify his pattern. Yeah, I nearly got KO'd, but I was getting careless. Alright, with that said, I'm gonna end the video here. See you guys next time.